traders at Axis Bank expect the trading week to end on a positive note, supported by sustained appetite for short-term securities and robust market liquidity. On the bond side, strong buy interest is also seen on the February 2031 and May 2033 bonds. Dimeji Obasa, fixed income dealer at Axis Bank, joins me now for more market movements. Dimeji, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Let's really start off with how robust liquidity is at this moment and how this is also impacting some of the moves you're seeing at the market.
Good day. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, like you've noted, we've seen a lot of buying sentiment across the fixed income space, particularly on the bonds curve. This week alone, we've had a rally of over 50 basis points across the 2031s and 2033 maturities, opening the week at around 18% and currently trading just under 17.5%. This rally is as a result of the increased demand for securities coupled with the reduced supply in the market currently. It's worthy to note that at the last auction, the DMO stuck to the $100 billion that was on offer on the 2032s. That has caused the rally in the market, which you currently see.
And Dimeji, is there any news on the auction release at this moment, the calendar? We're all waiting for that release to come through. Any news around that? And in terms of investment appetite, how do you see investors positioning moving forward?
No news yet. The DMO has not released the calendar for the NTB auctions, so we're still waiting for that. In terms of how investors are positioning, we've had an NTB maturity last week without any auction to take up that liquidity. So because of that, we've seen the demand flow into the secondary market, and that's why we're seeing a lot of buying, particularly on the longer dated bills. We would continue to expect that to be the case until we have clarity as to the size that would be offered at the next auctions when the calendar is out.
And within the FX space as well, we're also seeing buyers hesitant to transact above the 1,525 mark. Where do you see the Naira trade settling in the coming week?
In the coming week, we expect that we'll get much closer to 1,500. We've seen the momentum increase significantly this week. So we expect that we would, at the very least, get much closer to 1,500. That seems to be the new benchmark that market participants are looking forward to.
And in terms of your inflation outlook as well, by next week, fingers will be crossed as to the inflation print. We've heard from the IMF expecting inflation to average around 22.1%. The May print was around 22.9%. Where do you see inflation numbers coming through for the month of June?
We would align ourselves with the IMF in terms of an expectation of a reduction. But we think 22.1 is a bit bullish. Our expectation is around 22.5 levels.
Dimeji, we'll have to leave the conversation here for now. Thank you so much for your time on the show today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. That was Dimeji Obasa, fixed income dealer at Axis Bank.